Hey, my name is Julie Fei-Fan Balzer, and today I want to talk about something really important. I want to talk about creativity and confidence. So one of the number one things that my students say to me all the time is they say, I'm not creative. I hear there's some people who are literally making art in front of my face, but they say that they're not creative. Well, why is this? And I finally have come to understand that this all boils down to confidence. So in this video, I want to give you 5 tips for how you can build your creative confidence. So tip number 1, don't compare yourself to others. Seriously, comparison is the thief of joy. Now, I know you've heard this and it's so hard not to do, but you really have to turn off the internet. Stop watching the things that make you upset in any way. And remember that everybody is different. Everybody's in a different place in their journey, and you need to stop looking at other people and comparing them to what you're doing. It's not a race. It's not a fight. There aren't winners and losers. Listen, we're all in this creative journey together. So instead of trying to compare yourself, see what you can learn from somebody else and keep on moving. Tip number 2, and this actually comes from someone who commented on an Instagram post that I posted a little while ago. And one of the things she said, because I talked about how much I had been practicing drawing lately, and she said, I think that sometimes I confuse practice with talent. And a light bulb went off for me because yes, we all do that. We see somebody who can draw, we see somebody who can paint, we see somebody who can play the guitar. And the first thing we think is, oh my gosh, they're so talented. And it may be true, but what if instead of saying they're so talented, you say, oh my gosh, they must have practiced and practiced and practiced. Now, if you think that way, it makes whatever they're doing incredibly achievable, because guess what you can also do? You can also practice. So this brings me to tip number 3, which is you gotta practice. I wish I could speak another language. I wish I could play a musical instrument, and I can't. But you know what? My mother got me piano lessons when I was a kid, and I never practiced. And so I never got any better. Art is a practice. Creativity is a practice. You need to find a way to work on it. And it can be little tiny things. You can just do a little exercise every day for 10 or 15 minutes. You can find a way to do a little drawing, in your in-between times while you're waiting for the microwave. I know it sounds crazy that you could do a drawing in 2 minutes, but think about it. In drawing classes and life study, one of the first things they do is they tell people these are 1-minute poses, and people have to draw sketches in just 1 minute. Imagine if you did one of those every single day, how good you would be at the end of 365 days. So yes, you have to practice. So tip number 4 gives you a little bit of a cheat with your practice. You're not alone. Use training wheels. And what I mean by that is watch tutorials, take classes, check out some YouTube videos, check out other people's Instagram or Facebook posts where they're sharing what they make, and start to analyze what you like. Then to build your confidence, go ahead and steal a little from them with credit, and then find a way to bring it into your own style and to filter it through yourself. So if I look at beautiful artwork by Matisse where he's cutting out paper shapes, I'm going to go back to my studio and I'm going to think about how I can cut some paper shapes. And when I get stuck and I'm feeling like I'm not creative and he's so creative, I'm going to maybe look in a book or on the internet at the kinds of shapes he cuts and start to work them out. And then once I figure out what makes them work, this is the training wheels, then I'm ready to fly on my own and I don't need to copy anymore. And finally, tip number 5, I think we saved, is it the best for last or the hardest for last? Tip number 5 is really that you have to accept who you are. You are unique. It's actually just what that sign says right behind me, or that painting. You are unique and you are wonderful just like you are. And I know that people have said this to you all the time, and you always say, well, I don't really think so, and this person's work is better than mine, and all that kind of stuff. Listen, we've all said it. But the truth is, accepting who you are, the kind of artwork you make, the way that your hand holds the brush, and all of that wonderful stuff is the first key, even though it's tip number 5, to being truly happy with your work and to becoming confident in creativity. So shall we have a very quick recap to end this little video? There is a lot to be said about confidence. And I believe in you, and I know you have it within you. So here are 5 ways that you can become more confident with your creativity. Stop comparing yourself to others. Turn off the internet. Don't mistake or mix up talent and practice, okay? They're not the same thing. Also, you need to practice. You need to do your work, and more that you practice, the more confidence that you will become. Remember that you can use training wheels. You're not alone in this. Go ahead, in your practice, find ways to do things that feel good and look good and make you feel more confident until you find yourself, which brings us to number 5. Again, I say, believe in yourself, like yourself. It's a good thing when you do that. So thanks so much for watching this video. I hope that you look forward to more tips on creativity. Come on and check me out over on my blog at balzerdesigns.typepad.com. I teach lots of online classes at balzerdesigns.com, also at juliebalzer.com. And of course, I offer private coaching sessions if you're looking for a little one-on-one to learn about more ways that you can become confident with your creativity. I'm here to help you.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.